just going to go over a couple of safety considerations for our trip today. The first one being you are getting an authentic safari experience today. Now, dromedary is a fancy way of saying that these guys have one hump instead of two. And being that it's school holidays, I wonder if we have any guesses as to what they keep inside their humps. Before anyone says it's not water, that is everyone's first guess. It's something a little bit different. It is full of fat, so that's how they go for such a long period without food or water. They can convert that fat back into energy as they need. And you can in the back there, as we get a bit closer, you might just sort of see her long limbs walking through. So she's a little bit of an older girl. She's about 11 years old, but where she was before, they never had people standing so closely or behind the glass. So she's still getting a little bit used to all the people here, but absolutely beautiful girl. And we've got another two who have just moved in near lions. So quite cool to see some of our carnivores as we're driving around too. Where all those people are, you can always walk around to Hippo Beach and go and get a closer look at them. They've also got some sprinklers, a cafe, and they do a few good hippo talks down there. So I definitely recommend going by if you haven't already and getting a better look at those magnificent animals of that region. We've got the male having a drink in the centre of the road and he's walking back over. But beyond the Indian antelope, if you look towards the trees, you might be able to see some nyala in the background. Now the nyala are very good at camouflage. They've got those beautiful stripes and spots down their body which help them camouflage really well in. So if you look between the trees, you might be able to just see a couple of those antelope. And Auntie has just shown us what these guys are well known for. They are one of the smallest but also the most fast antelope in the world. So their head is a lot bigger than others. Now this is our male Lakota and he is a fantastic looking bison. But to give you an idea of how big he is, the girls around him are all around the 500, 600 kilo mark. The Lakota there weighs well over 1,000 and you can see his big shoulders and back there. He is a big boy. And that's why they have that big hump on their back. Because they're coming from the cold climates, it makes them effective as a snow plow. So they can move that big head from left to right and forge their way through really deep snow. And then the horns help to break up the ice. So they've got a pretty cool look. And like our camels, they are shedding those winter coats. And they're going through a summer and winter coat every year. Now the next animal is a little bit more. Now this is one of the males. He's got the horns. They should have a whole family back there. He's sort of like the skunk of the savannah. So if he's feeling where he detects lions or predators around, he'll take himself into the nearest water and then he'll secrete this oil which is so smelly and so potent. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that'd be... Alright folks, holding on, here we go. Stripes. This comes to us from Dubbo in Australia Zoo. They're around 3 years old. They're taking about 6 years old. We have a little bit of a clue up there. So do we think the zebra are black and white stripe? I might have brought this here up for koalas or a different enclosure. So anyway, she's eating it. She's enjoying rubbing her horns and her face against it. Getting those smells from different animals and also stomping on top of it. So this is a type of enrichment. Play with your dog or cut it home. We like to do different things with the animals here, give them a bit of koalas or a different enclosure. No, she's eating it, she's enjoying rubbing her horns and her face against it, getting those Rhino puppy. So pretty gross, but also very smart. And one of the ways these guys and then all the way at the back is the female chimpanzee. Now these guys are massive animals. Outside of the crush of southern white rhinos, The one with his horn towards the road or towards us, that is the dad, Kufaru, and he's out on the edges where they're starting to do it as well. So what they do is they use their horns to break up the dirt, and they throw their big bodies into the ground, which leave these big holes, which then fill with mud and water. Now on a hot day, they'll come down here and they'll roll around in all that mud and dirt, their little rhino legs up in the air, till their bodies are covered, and that'll act as a sunscreen to protect them from insect bites. It'll keep the bison cool, but more than anything, they just love it. So that is one of my favourite things of the rhinos to do. And we can just see some of our giraffe walking. If anything about the tour or the zoo in general, please come find me at the end. I'm always happy to have a chat with you guys, answer any questions. And if not, have a fantastic rest of your day at Werribee Zoo. Looks like it's starting to warm up a little bit now, and we'll look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks so much, guys.